There's a strange phenomenon happening right now while you're listening to this. Part of your brain is already calculating whether to keep paying attention or switch to something easier. That silent calculation happens thousands of times a day, and it's quietly destroying your ability to do anything truly meaningful. But what if I told you that the same neural mechanism that makes you avoid hard work can be flipped to make you crave it? What if discipline could feel as good as scrolling through your favorite feed? That's not just motivation talk, it's neuroscience. Your brain operates on a simple economic principle. Every second, it's asking one question: what's the best return on my energy? Every action you consider is instantly weighed. High effort, uncertain reward. Your brain hits the brakes. Low effort, guaranteed pleasure. Green light. This isn't a character flaw. It's survival programming from a time when conserving energy meant staying alive. The problem is that your ancient brain is now living in a modern world designed to exploit it. Every app, every notification, every piece of content is engineered by teams of scientists to hijack your reward system, to make you feel good with zero effort. Your brain isn't broken. It's being hacked. The reason you can't start that project or stick to the gym isn't laziness. It's chemistry. Deep inside your brain, there's a small cluster of neurons called the nucleus accumbens. It's your motivation engine, and it runs on a neurotransmitter called dopamine. Most people think dopamine is about pleasure. It's not. It's about anticipation. Dopamine spikes when you expect a reward, not when you receive it. That's why scrolling feels addictive. Every swipe might reveal something new, so your brain floods you with dopamine to keep you going. But here's the dark side. When you get too many easy dopamine hits, your brain adapts. Your receptors literally downregulate. They become fewer and less sensitive. It's like your brain turning down the volume on satisfaction. Soon you need more and more stimulation to feel anything at all. A book that once inspired you feels boring. A workout that once energized you feels exhausting. You're not losing willpower. You're experiencing tolerance, just like an addict. That's why people who spend hours on social media often feel the most unmotivated. Their brains have been trained to expect effortless rewards. Anything requiring focus feels like punishment by comparison. The effort to reward ratio has been corrupted. But the beautiful thing about the human brain is its ability to rewire itself. Neuroplasticity means that what can be damaged can also be repaired. Every choice you make is strengthening one of two pathways: discipline or distraction. The question is, which one are you feeding? So what's the solution? It's called a dopamine detox. But don't misunderstand it. You're not detoxing from dopamine itself. You're detoxing from the artificial overload of it. Think of your brain like a light switch stuck on high brightness for too long. Now normal light looks like darkness. The goal is to dim that switch back to normal so you can feel balance again. When you remove the hyperstimulating sources of dopamine, your receptors begin to reset. Suddenly, simple things start to feel satisfying again. The calm after focused work, the pride of finishing a task, the peace after a workout. You're not becoming someone new. You're returning to your natural state, where effort feels rewarding. Most people fail at this because they rely on sheer willpower. But willpower is limited. It runs out fast. What you need is structure. Understand that the first few days will be hard. You'll feel restless, anxious, maybe even bored out of your mind. But that discomfort is a sign that your brain is healing. Your system is recalibrating. Push through that phase, because on the other side of it lies freedom. Here's how to start. Identify your highest dopamine triggers, the things that give you instant pleasure with zero effort. For most people, that's the phone, social media, short videos, or games. For others, it's junk food, online shopping, or mindless entertainment. Whatever it is, cut it out temporarily. Not forever, just long enough to let your brain rest. 3 days is the minimum, 7 days is powerful, and 14 days is transformative. But here's the key. You can't just remove these things, you must replace them. Your brain hates a vacuum. So when you take away instant dopamine, fill that space with slower, more rewarding activities. Read a real book. Go for a walk without music. Cook instead of ordering. Journal by hand. Exercise in silence. These may feel dull at first because your dopamine sensitivity is still low, but keep going. After a few days, your brain begins to release dopamine in anticipation of these activities too. you start to want the discipline. That's the rewiring in action. This is where you learn the difference between pleasure and satisfaction. Pleasure is fast and hollow. It fades the moment it arrives. Satisfaction is slow and deep. It lingers because it's earned. Modern life gives you endless pleasure but leaves you empty of satisfaction. A dopamine detox brings you back to what's real. And here's the secret. Satisfaction actually creates more dopamine over time than pleasure does. When you do something hard, when you finish a workout, write a page, or master a skill, your brain releases dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins. It's the high athletes call flow. It's the quiet pride of consistency. It's the chemistry of fulfillment. Science proves this too. When you delay gratification, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that handles decision-making and self-control, lights up. The more you practice patience, the stronger it gets. Meanwhile, instant gratification weakens it and strengthens your impulsive emotional brain. Each time you choose discipline over distraction, you're literally upgrading your neural software. Over time, effort stops feeling like resistance and starts feeling natural. That's what people mean when they say discipline becomes a habit. It's not that it gets easier, it's that your brain learns to prefer it. After a proper detox, you'll notice your focus returning. You'll sit down to read or work and realize an hour has passed without distraction. You'll feel a mental clarity you haven't felt in years. You'll have more energy because your brain isn't trapped in dopamine spikes and crashes. Even your mood stabilizes. You start to want the things that make you grow. The gym becomes exciting, learning becomes fun, challenges become satisfying. That's not motivation, it's biology. But remember, this isn't a one-time fix. Your brain will always try to drift back toward easy rewards. That's its nature. The key is environment design. If your phone is beside your bed, you'll grab it first thing in the morning. If healthy food is prepared, you'll eat it. If your workout clothes are laid out, you'll train. Make distraction harder to reach and discipline easier to start. Delete apps. Use website blockers. Keep your phone in another room while working. Put barriers between yourself and temptation, and remove barriers between yourself and progress. This is how you turn willpower into automation. And then there's the social side. The people you spend time with shape your dopamine baseline. If your friends live for instant pleasure, you'll be pulled that way too. But if you surround yourself with people who value focus, peace, and purpose, their discipline rubs off on you. You rise to the level of the environment you're immersed in. So choose wisely. Find communities that challenge you to grow, not numb you to life. And let's face it, some of you are thinking, this sounds miserable. That's your overstimulated brain talking. From your current state, discipline does seem harder than distraction. But from the other side, once your brain resets, discipline feels easier. Because distraction leads to emptiness, and discipline leads to fulfillment. Which pain would you rather choose? The pain of effort or the pain of regret? This is about freedom, true freedom, not the kind sold by apps or influencers, but the freedom of having a mind that obeys you, not the other way around. Imagine waking up and actually wanting to work on your goals. Imagine going to bed with peace instead of guilt. That's the life that discipline gives you. That's the life your brain was designed for. So don't just listen to this and move on. That's the old you. Choose one source of cheap dopamine, just one, and cut it for the next 7 days. Watch what happens. Watch the cravings rise and fade. Watch your focus return. Watch your joy deepen. You'll start to realize something powerful. You were never lazy. You were just hijacked. And the moment you take back control of your attention, you take back control of your life. You were born to do hard things and to love doing them. And the version of you who thrives on discipline, who wakes up with purpose, who feels peace in effort, that version is waiting on the other side of a single choice. So make it, right now. Because the moment you do, your brain begins to rewire for greatness. If this message resonated with you, then don't let it end here. Like this video, subscribe to Daily Path to Strength, comment below about your experience with discipline and dopamine, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Together, we're not just learning, we're transforming our minds. I am Shi Heng Yi, and this is Daily Path to Strength, where discipline becomes peace and effort becomes freedom.